Hi, this is Bhavna and you're watching India Today. Today I am joined by two of my most favorite people in the industry and Vishwas for the first time. I'm meeting you, so I'm going to start with you first. Hello and welcome to India Today. You know, I have always, I've followed both of you, especially your entire body of work, and I know that you all have always done something which has really struck a chord with you as a human being first and as an actor. But I'm also curious, Barun, I'll start with you on this. What makes you say yes? Is it the director's vision or the story in general? Because you have to somewhat really surrender to the director's vision and trust the director that he will do justice to your character when you're signing up a project like this or just any project, right? But over the years, because of the kind of projects you have done, what has changed in the approach when it comes to just saying yes?
So honestly, my approach has not changed. The people that are approaching me are changing. It's majority, like nothing against anybody, but there's so many times I don't even actually get to check. Honestly, don't feel like checking who's directing or.
Okay.
The writing really has to do the trick for me, to be honest with you. There's only one condition in my subconscious that I have. I should want to finish what I'm reading.
Absolutely.
If that's the feeling that I don't get, even if there are, big things, big names and, all that jazz attached and people, obviously there are a lot of people around you. I have a huge team now.
Yeah.
So people want to tell you that this is going to set you up like this is going to place you like this is going to do this and that. But it never works out. Because I think it's the back of my head. If I don't like the written word, I will just not be. I've never ended up doing. मेरे को पहली मीटिंग में पहले 15 मिनट में पता चल जाता है कि मैं शायद ये करने वाला हूँ
कि नहीं करूँगा
कि नहीं करने वाला हूँ हाँ कभी पहले 5 मिनट में बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट हो जाती है कि शिट ये हो जाए मुझे करना है काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग but it's only the written word actually.
Yeah. No, but the reason why I'm asking, I'll take it to Surbhi for next, because see, when you're part of Rakshak, where you know that your part is not the primary part, you're playing a very supportive character.
Absolutely.
At this time, you know that you have to kind of believe and trust the director that he will make sure that your part is important enough. Because कभी-कभी क्या होता है, writing में it seems like a very important part, but when you're execution level पे जब तक वो बाहर आता है, you don't know how the character arc changes. So then at that point, like how do you approach or how do you make sure that, okay, this is something I want to be a part of, and do you believe the director's vision first or the writing? That is why I was asking.
So for me, how Rakshak happened was that
the party.
No, I'm not coming to that. See, Bhavna, you know that I've been meaning to make that shift, right? And it is post a stint on a channel. I did a supernatural, a show, and I think that was the right time to make the shift. But क्या हुआ कि मैंने काफी ऑडिशंस दिए और एक बात ये भी है कि मैंने कोहरा का भी ऑडिशन दिया था.
Really?
Yeah, they got. हाँ जी.
Oh.
And मैं हूँ पंजाबी, लेकिन मैं हूँ नकली पंजाबी. मैं हूँ मुंबई की पंजाबी.
Harleen is also मुंबई की पंजाबी.
यार, but उसकी पंजाबी अच्छी होगी ना? पंजाबी बोल ही नहीं सकती.
No, if there was Sudeep, one party were not going to discount anybody. Everyone was worked on really, really hard.
Yeah. So, and I was shortlisted. And that was the time I said no, and I was testing for a lot of other things also, because टीवी में तो अब आपको टेस्ट नहीं करना पड़ता, because you're a name, ठीक है, लोग बोलेंगे शो हाँ ऐसे ऑफर हो जाएगा. बट लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट, वेब में तो काम मिलने के लिए आपको ऑडिशन देने, एंड आई एम वेरी हैप्पी डूइंग इट. एंड मैंने काफी ऑडिशंस दिए हैं एंड हमेशा शॉर्टलिस्ट पे आके रुक जाएगा या कुछ. And then मैं बताऊंगी very honestly, and there was a show that came to me which I did, which was my last TV show. I was tempted to do it. क्यों? Reason? Not because of monies or anything. I belong to a very secure family. I live with my parents, and I have a very secure partner, and सब कुछ बहुत secure है. But it's just that वो part, it was supposed to be a very limited series, right? So एक तो ना मुझे OTT का format बड़ा interesting लगता है, जहाँ आप your commitment is not like you're not out there. हाँ, लगाए चले जा रहे हैं, चलती जा रही है गाड़ी. एक बार किया मैंने ऐसा शो, उसके बाद मुझे लगा कि I think it's good to have precise stories to be a part of, right? You can't like. So they told me it's going to be a very 100 episodic kind of a feel and it's going to be shot like OTT. भले ही वो एक television show है और channel पे आने वाला है, तो मैंने कहा चलो ठीक है, let's do it. So, but I kept, like after that 6 months I kept auditioning and I don't know, this ये तो बस मेरे ऐसे झोली बोलते हैं ना, झोली में आया है और मैंने कहा कि मुझे पता है it's not a very big part, but I knew who the cast, मतलब who were playing what.
Correct,
and also I've been meaning to work with Juggernaut पहले भी, and he said that, and also I kind of felt that ऐसी story का ना part होना, हिस्सा होना बहुत ज़रूरी है.
Yeah.
और OTT का debut इससे अच्छा नहीं हो सकता, भले मुझे पता है, but it'll stay with people.
Correct. Yeah.
And what I'm reading, I think even in that little bit, I've made an impact. And when I was told it's going to be where I have to speak in Haryanvi, Punjabi नहीं बोली जाती, तो Haryanvi is a challenge, and I thought it's going to challenge me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like I'm going to now, तो मैं तो ऐसे मतलब रातों नींद में भी dialogue बोल रही हूँ, Haryanvi बोल रही हूँ, and I kind of got very excited, and I think it's what's the word, amalgamation of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, so it's the story, it's the producer, it's somebody's vision. And Sam sir is known for this kind of content, right?
Yes, yes.
So I know he's not going to make it, he won't go wrong in this. So it's just that everything, it's the platform, it's Amazon, it's
So everything ticked off basically.
bus.
And I'm just glad because even though, like you said, it's a smaller part, but it's impactful and it's not wasted. Because I see so many times that credible actors end up like doing roles which are not impactful in a bigger setup.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad about that. I want to know from you, like, I know their processes now, but because you've been part of like films as well, and of course an OTT series with Imtiaz Ali. So now, how do you, when a role comes to you, are you also looking for a part कि अच्छा ये कितना screen time है, कितना वक्त मिलेगा, या फिर इसमें क्या challenging है, ये मतलब what are the first two things that you look at? बाकी चलो बाकी चीजें तो देख लेंगे, cast देख लेंगे, पैसे भी मतलब we'll see later. Like what is it? How do you prioritize your approach? First two things, let's talk.
I think the first thing is when you read something, you just, like you don't ask yourself a question. It's like eating something. You take a bite and you know if you like it or you don't, right? You don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
So the reading is also like you read something and your heart tells you that how much, like, तुम्हें क्या feel हुआ वो पढ़ के. And I think half the work is done there. अगर पसंद आ जाए वो, आधा तुम्हें पता लग जाता है कि क्योंकि बहुत अलग अलग तरह की स्क्रिप्ट्स आती है ना, तो कुछ पढ़ के ऐसे लगता है कि ये जैसे मुझे समझ में आ रहा है, मुझे नहीं लगता और किसी को आएगा, ये मैं ऐसा कर लूँगा. और उसके बाद ऑब्वियसली यार यू मीट द टीम एंड देन तुम जिन लोगों के साथ काम, क्योंकि ये क्रिएटिव मीडियम है यार, और मतलब ऐसे कलेजा निकाल के टेबल पे रखना पड़ता है काम करते समय. खुद को छुपा के नहीं कर सकते कि सिर्फ अपना लैपटॉप पे काम किया और घर आ गए. एक दूसरे को जानते हैं, पहचानते हैं, बातें करते हैं सब.
And it's an action reaction wala setting. Like you'll have to depend on your co-actor to be able to like give, and especially for you too, because a lot of it is riding on your characters, right? And the camaraderie is what works for the show. And I've seen this in a lot of settings. Like you have to have that everything is in the writing firstly, but also there needs to be that apparent camaraderie needs to come out on screen as well. Is there a different, like, are you someone जो आके ही मतलब जैसे director ने बोला उस हिसाब से it just comes organically, or have you like tried to talk and just work around some physical for example like कि इस तरीके से दिखाएंगे या इस तरीके से हम हमारी camaraderie दिखाएंगे? Have you worked on it?
25 लाख रुपया देना इन्होंने.
We actually haven't spoken about it also, and I think this is a very good insight into the whole execution bit. I think because I think we all hit the ground running. We were all on the same page. We were actually not even told at once कि let's do this some other way.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think बड़ा सिंपल भी है ना यार कि अगर ये अपना काम अच्छे से करें और मैं अपना काम अच्छे से करूं तो जितनी बातें आप कर रही हैं वो सब निकल के आ जाएगा खुद ही. मतलब अगर हम अपने अपने कैरेक्टर्स अपना अपना काम हमने जो निभाया अगर बखूबी
I think
कॉमराडरी
the
तो
only thing that
निकलेगी.
we heard was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was remarkable, right?
Varun, you're beautiful. Varun, you're beautiful.
We were not. I think that goes to say a lot about how how smooth the collaboration it was. I think everyone expected similar kind of things. We all respected each other. There was an intellectual blend, and so it was actually very, very good.
Yeah.
We got lucky, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I would also say that it is also because all of you are very secure actors. That plays a very important role in to be able to do that, because to be able to come together for a story like this, you need to be secure.
Right.
At the
None of
first-
us has seen easy journeys as an actor,
Absolutely,
and as a person in Bombay. I mean, I feel like all of us come from a certain kind of,
He is secure.
कैसे
You said, no, I'm secure.
I am
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
financially
Kidding.
No, but
I think the
otherwise also-
security
the point-
comes from parents, I kind of feel.
No,
For
but
me,
he
in my
meant as an
case.
act. He said it.
Yeah.
We, us as an
I
actor,
mean, what
as
I mean is
actors,
like we've spent
it's
a
not easy
decent amount
business.
of years working and then some amount of years not getting work.
Absolutely.
Both of them mature you as a person and as an actor. You know, that's where the humility comes from.
Absolutely.
नहीं
जब
अच्छा
काम
काम
आता है-
करने के बाद भी फिर आपके अलग challenges हैं कि अच्छा काम दूसरा आना चाहिए.
बिल्कुल.
पर ये वो ब्रीड ऑफ एक्टर्स है ना, ये वाली बात ये है, सिक्योरिटी वाली जो बात है ना, वो अलग एक चीज है कि क्या कहते हैं, when all the actors are thinking about the product, only this.
फिर
This
वही
is not my
try
time to
किए कि
shine.
मैं तूने कितना अच्छा किया कि मैंने इतना अच्छा किया.
Right.
Yeah, nobody's trying to outrank each other. They are actually thinking about the character and the story
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
And how
And
much
not
we're
really-
contributing to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
kahani.
yeah.
Yeah.
But have you also experienced cases where that was not the case?
Yes.
Because that can really hamper.
You do experience
The
these
yes
things,
came really fast.
Really fast.
because I
Hey,
understood her
हाँ,
question.
quick था ये.
I mean, it's obviously, I'm sure ये पता नहीं बताएंगे कि नहीं, but
मैं तो
in different places you experience
Yeah,
the fact that, and sometimes it comes from a place where a person is still struggling to find what's their part in the scene.
Yeah.
So it gets a little bit imbalanced. But then, as a co-actor or as a friend, your job is to just come together as a family and help that person out and smoothen things.
Yeah.
So that, the scene can roll forward.
अच्छा, you saying that? Oh no, she means something like you worked with someone जिसको सारी
insecure.
spotlight हाँ मेरे को चाहिए.
हाँ, so
मेरे को दो,
he's rightly
kind of
said
thing,
that.
right?
Yeah,
He's
but
rightly
also,
answered that.
But he's also saying, I mean, I think it's
saying
along the
sometimes
same
it comes
line.
from that insecurity comes from a place where उनको अपना पार्ट समझ भी नहीं आ रहा है जो उन्होंने करना है, तो वो
अच्छा.
वो
So they're
इन्फ्लेट
trying
होता
to-
है फिर वो
Right.
person.
And then फिर आप
But the
आपस में
problem is simpler. The problem
Right.
is not that they want attention. The problem is they don't know their part in the scene.
Right.
That's why you're doing that.
you
yeah,
can
it
bring
can
them-
It's a
happen.
very difficult place to be.
It's a
But he's
tough,
being very
place.
diplomatic.
Yeah.
He's
And
given
then
a
he's
very
telling us,
like
पता नहीं है, बताएं ना,
professional
He
बताएं.
काफी sensitive है.
I will not really. I
He's not
am
diplomatic.
I
No,
am
but
not.
it's
sensitive.
Yeah,
it's a very, very important. I've never heard this before, but this is a very
No,
important.
but this is
point, I
right.
think.
This
Yeah.
is true. He's right.
Yeah.
Every kind of हर negative दुनिया में ना किसी ना किसी
Insecurity
से आता है. मैं भी जब अगर कभी गुस्से में बोलने लग जाऊंगा या वो उसमें होगी कुछ insecurity, भूख होगी, कम नींद होगी शायद, अगर मेरी नेचर वैसी नहीं है तो, पर मैं भी गुस्सा होता हूँ.
Correct.
वो मेरी कमी होती है जब मैं गुस्सा होता हूँ.
Correct.
Very rarely people acknowledge that though. I mean, I've never seen that happen. But Barun, also, like Surbhi said, and it's right, that it's not only about doing that one big project, it is also about consistently doing that, which also means that you have to always wait for the right projects to
Yes.
come. I remember when of course, Asur we all talk about, but when Kohhra happened and I saw you on the poster, I was just so happy because I know that...
You told me I had a very long.
Yeah. No, you did not give me interview for
No, at that time you had said मैं interview नहीं देता भाई ये लोग करते हैं. But I remember you had said that it looks like a personal win or
yeah,
something.
it
That's
did.
what you had
It
said.
did
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I did feel that because I know that you're always in pursuit of doing something which is exceptionally good, and Kohhra is one. I mean, we can all agree to that it was
Absolutely, it
one
was
of
a very good show.
But has that struggle ended now? Because I just feel that being consistent with good work and for filmmakers and directors and writers to have that vision that okay, Barun can do much more than this. I still feel it's a little bit of struggle, but now that you've given like Asur and Kohhra, has that sort of ended or is it still?
No, it's not, Asani. I'm in a very, very good space creatively right now. Very good. I'm really happy with the way I am. But at the same time, I'd like to be a foresighted person. It does not stay like that. Ups and downs is a part of the whole business. You know, and the thing is that I've learned so much over so many years. I'm very well prepared. I know it's going fine, but these are phases, you know, in one's life, in one's career. So to answer your question, if that struggle for vying for terrific roles or characters has ended or no, it's really good right now. I'm really happy creatively.
And I think that is a very good space to
Yeah,
be in.
yeah.
Surbhi, for you, because I know, again, like you said, that the phase where you decided that, okay, now I want to do something different and I want to challenge myself. And I know so many people
it, yeah.
will come and say that, but why? You've given like back to back. He's been there, done that, but
Yeah.
you also chose that very pretty much now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In retrospect, because you know there's a lot of weight that comes with it.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, for Rakshak to happen, it took a little bit of time,
Yes, it
right?
did.
Did it get frustrating at any point?
It always does. Why will I lie? मेरे लिए तो ये process ही मुश्किल है. But I kind of feel it is also very imperative that people around you are supportive of your journey and are appreciative, are encouraging, and sometimes मेरी मम्मी बेचारी परेशान हो जाती हैं. इतना सही था, यही था.
हाँ, that's true.
हो जाती
मेरे
हैं.
मम्मा भी कई बार I
हो
feel-
जाती हैं.
हाँ.
बट फिर समझती हैं, बोल देती हैं, मुंह से निकल जाता है, बिकॉज ऑनेस्ट हैं, उनके मुंह से निकल जाता है, बट फिर उनको लगता है कि नहीं यार, जो पाथ इसने डिसाइड किया है, हमें इसे सपोर्ट करना है. Baki, yeah, I think it's just that if you have the right kind of people, of course it gets frustrating, but you have to channelize those energies and हर जगह उसको बड़ी smartly use करना है. तो रहा है मेरे कुछ 1-2 साल बड़े difficult रहे हैं, because I was doing something which I was very excited about, but didn't pan out the way I had planned it. I'm talking about my previous show. Yeah, because a lot of us on it, like लोग कह रहे थे, अरे यार कमाल का दिखने वाला शो है, सुर भी अच्छी लग रही है, सब अच्छे लग रहे हैं, सब अच्छा, बट वो नहीं हुआ वैसे जैसे मुझे चाहिए था. मे बी उसके पीछे कोई रीजन होगा. एंड देन आई सेड रुक जाओ, एंड रुकी, एंड कुछ आया, which is I think I am so fortunate to be a part of people who have. It's just what I miss. The biggest flaw is that मैं इन लोगों के इनके process को absorb करने के लिए नहीं थी, because they are fabulous actors and I wanted to be a part of, you know,
an ensemble
like that. And it's just that मैं यहाँ पे मड में shooting कर रही थी और ये बेचारे वहाँ कर रहे थे with like so much challenge around it, and I missed being a part of that kind of setup.
But does it get difficult? Because I know that there's a lot of noise. You have your family who's your sounding board and who will tell you that no, you're doing great. Because ultimately you look for validation. If at all you do, it's only them. But there's also a lot of noise around where people would be like, but you know, you're used to playing a lead part and suddenly you're doing a smaller part, where you are okay with it. But sometimes when 10 people tell you that, you know, then you suddenly start questioning, and there's a self-doubt that happens. Where you're just like, am I really doing it well? Like, should I do this? Have to...
no, people have seen my part अब जाके ना, जब show release हुआ होगा. अब जब आएंगे मेरे पास, तो मेरे पास जवाब ready होगा, don't worry. But अभी फिलहाल ऐसे I have not faced it, and this is my journey. You're not मेरे लिए तो रोटियां तोड़ के नहीं ला रहे हो ना आप, तो मैंने ही करना है जो करना है.
अपना काम करो.
हाँ, मैं बड़ी उस वे में ये हूँ कि ठीक है, सुनूंगी एक कान से, दूसरे कान से जो मुझे करना है मैं अल्टीमेटली वही करूंगी, बिकॉज आई एम वेरी डिटरमिन्ड एंड आई हैव अ गोल एंड आई हैव अ फोकस वेयर हाँ मुझे ये डिविएट नहीं करना है, तो मैं बस उसी पे ध्यान दूं. दुनिया को जो काम वो थी, लोगों ने बोलना है, उनका काम है, वो नहीं बोलेंगे तो उनको सांस नहीं ले पाएंगे, तो लेट देम स्पीक. मैंने अपना काम करना है, which I'm going to focus.
But this has been, you
I feel this is the biggest challenge for an artist, to shut all the voices around you and listen to your own, and all in all those voices are your parents, your partner, and etc. But what you truly feel about yourself as an artist is very personal. वो इतना personal है कि I don't think, you know, like, no matter how much you love someone and how supportive they are, etc, but I don't think they can really ever understand like what you truly feel as an artist about yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's a beautiful place to
But I
conserve.
also kind of feel, Vishwas, right now that of course because we इतना social media boom है और we've chosen this for ourselves, so हमें ना अपने आप को ना ये adapt करना पड़ेगा कि हमें troll किया जाएगा या हमें 10 बातें सुनाई जाएंगी, चाहे वो थ्रू सोशल मीडिया हो चाहे आपके आपस के लोग भी हो, सो अब ना हम ना बड़े थिक स्किन बन जाते हैं, मुझे ऐसा लगता है। मैं तो हूँ, आई एम प्रैक्टिकल ऑल्सो एज अ पर्सन, एंड आई काइंड ऑफ फील हाँ फिर वही ये सारा जो गुस्सा है शायद मैं एक्टिंग में निकाल लूँ, वो चैनलाइज करने वाली बात होती है, बट वंस यू हैव चोजन दिस फॉर योरसेल्फ ये आएगा।
सही, बिल्कुल।
I think Barun is a example here. He has always been thick-skinned, I feel, when it comes to, like, every time I've spoken to him and he's just like, you know,
लोगों ने बोलना बंद कर दिया।
yeah, also he's not on, like, he is on social media, but he's
not
like,
on social media,
it's like he's not on social media.
Right.
That helps.
Yeah, that totally does.
But, you know, lastly, because of course I don't have time, I've already got sick.
But this was a great conversation.
You know, lastly I want to know, what is the most rewarding thing then for you? Because for some, it is the audience's love, the feedback that they get from them on social media or otherwise, or the love that they get in general when they are in public. But for you, then where do you look for, what is the reward that you're seeking when you are part of a project as an actor? Apart from remuneration, that's one part.
I was not going to joke about it, but I'm not in a place where I'm looking for a reward, to be honest with you. I'm in a process right now. Rewards will come later, maybe.
Wow, lovely.
Yeah.
How to be Barun?
How to be Barun? एक book होनी
I'm sorry,
चाहिए।
I'm just compelled to ask.
एक book लिख लो आप।
Someday. maybe, I
Stop
don't know.
ना, मैंने ऐसा तो-
No, but I have seen this since the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
That
Yeah.
has not changed.
We
Thank
might
God,
have
yeah.
not, we
Thank
might have
God,
not
it's a
met,
huge
but I have
compliment.
heard so much.
Yeah.
Like around like Barun
And you know,
stories.
sometimes I feel that people might think that he's just saying it for the heck of it.
नहीं नहीं वो
But
बहुत
I have seen this, like, and I just know
ये
that he means
consistency
it. I'm just like, how? Please tell me.
Honestly, I consider myself lucky here. I'm like, पता नहीं, left brain, right brain, I don't know. But I tend to look out for positive things in whatever the toughest situation may be, and I'm surrounded
and
by
I think that's the right way.
beautiful people. You know, my life is absolutely full of love. Why should I be complaining?
Lovely. Thank you so much, all of you, for this lovely conversation.
Thank you.
Surbhi, congratulations.
Thank you.
A new chapter in your life.
Yes.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes, please.
But thank you so much.
Thank you. Means so
And
much.
all the very
Bhavs.
best.
Thank you.
Always looking forward to all of you doing great work.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Bhavna.
Means
Best to you.
so
Appreciate
much.